Hello everyone, welcome to a new video of CNG Classic. Today I'm with Pedro López Salas, who is a classical pianist who's gracefully given us some time to film with him.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so what we're going to do today is a series of questions about your musicality and about the Chopin competition which you're going to be in this week.
In October.
In October, okay. The first question is, Chopin's music is well known and loved by many. How do you show other aspects that aren't that very well known in your music, in the music of Chopin?
Well, I think personally when I play Chopin, I try to express my, let's say, my inner world, my feelings as much as I can, because I think there's different pieces of Chopin with very different moods, different emotions. I think when you really dive into that, you can show a very wide range of emotions. So then I think at this point you covered all of different aspects of this music. So that's
yeah. Wow. When you first got the news of entering into the Chopin competition, what were your emotions?
Well, I was really happy, of course. I am into the Chopin competition because I won the second prize at the Paderewski International Competition in Poland. And this prize grants you direct access to the Chopin competition. So it's, of course, a very, very happy feeling. And I think it's a dream for every pianist to be able to go to the Chopin competition one day and be there. So what can I say? It's truly marvelous. Yeah.
When you play Chopin, do you think about historic context when he was composing it, or do you think in contemporaneous stuff like modern piano interpretations of Chopin?
I think for my taste, I think it's very important to know how to balance this, because of course there's a big part of historical performances that is there and that it's very nurturing to listen to and to know it. But of course the times are not the same. We are another human beings in another society with another completely different stuff. So I think it's very, very important to be also truthful, not just to the history, but also to yourself when playing Chopin.
Okay. We're going with the second part of the interview. It's about technique in the Chopin competition. Okay, if you had to summarize your whole time of practicing for the Chopin competition, what are the key aspects which you use to concentrate for such a long time practicing in the piano?
Well, I would say most of it to really feel connected to what you are playing, because that's the key of Chopin, to be able to express this poetry, right? And more on a technical matter, I would say looking for clarity. I think it's very important in Chopin to have this clear touch, this very, very elegant, very sophisticated. Yeah.
What's one of the parts in being in the competition which surprised you when you enter into any competitions? Are the relationships friendly or more surprisingly dissuasive?
I would say it's surprisingly friendly, actually. What I've experienced and actually it's very interesting, the higher level the competition is, the most friendly the environment is. That's what I've witnessed myself. It might not be every time, but that's my own experience. I think at the end of the day, in these situations, you're dealing with a lot of pressure, and everyone is dealing with the same amount of pressure, more than or less, depending on the person, of course. But you are more or less on the same page, let's say like that, and that creates some kind of like union between you, some feeling of, well, this guy is also going through the same thing I'm going now. So that kinds of form some sort of friendship that are actually quite meaningful, I would say.
Meaningful. Yeah. Okay, when you're not playing the piano, what do you usually do?
Well, Now I'm playing a lot the piano because of the competition, so there's not that much time left. But no, that's actually not true. I do quite many things. Now it's summer, I like to go to the beach when I'm not here in Madrid. I usually vacate in the coast, so going to the beach is something that is very refreshing for me. I would say sports. I like sports. And yeah, reading books, watching movies, and of course hanging out with friends and doing funny things.
So to clear your mind before you practice, right?
Yes, or after. Or before I practice, or maybe as closure of the day, or just in the middle. Let's say, for example, I'm on the coast side. Maybe I can practice in the morning, then I go to the beach, then I come back and have some lunch and practice again. Then I can go to the swimming pool a bit and practice again, more or less like this. I'll try to do in chunks.
In chunks. Okay, this is a really surprising question, which I've seen in most pianists. What's the average amount of time that you've practiced a day, and what's the longest amount of time you've practiced?
Oof, that's very difficult to answer for me, because I tend not to have very clear schedules. I go more or less with the feeling I have at the moment of should I practice more, or should I practice less, or today I'm taking more of a rest day, or today I'm really pushing it forward. So that's very difficult to say for me. And I would say for sure the longest I've practiced, I would say no more than 7 or 8 hours, that's for sure. I no longer go for that. On an average, I would say 4 hours would be a good average, because when I have competitions, sometimes I play more time than that. For instance, right now I could play more than 4 hours, of course. And when we are in September, 1 month before Chopin, I will be playing more than 4 hours a day, for sure. But then there are other times that I can play, if I don't have anything, I can really play less. So maybe let's say 5 hours in average, something like that. Yeah.
Well, no, that's impressive, at least to me. Okay, we're going to go with a quick fire questions. So I'm going to say one thing, and you have to say the first thing which comes to your mind about what you do in the piano, okay?
All right.
Do you go to comfort foods before going to piano?
To what? Sorry?
Comfort foods, like pizza or...
No, I try to eat little.
Listen. What's your favorite Chopin piece?
I'd say Barcarolle and Opus 22.
22, yeah, that's lovely. When was your first time you began to play the piano?
I started with it when I was 9.
You're 9?
9 years old, yeah.
And when was the first time that you decided to go professionally on the piano?
At 9.
At 9?
It was very at this spot. When I started to play piano, maybe 1 week after that, I decided already that's what I like, and I went to the boat to do that. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Pedro.
Well, thank you. Thanks to you.
Yeah. salió muy bien.